We are tracking breaking news out of Ohio. That's where, just a short time ago, police got into a shootout with a man who broke into an FBI field office in Cincinnati and fired a nail gun at law enforcement inside. I want to bring in NBC's justice and intelligence correspondent Ken Delaney. And Ken, what more do we know?
Chris, this happened around 9:15 a.m., according to the FBI. Two law enforcement sources briefed on the matter told NBC News that a man entered an FBI field office in Cincinnati, Ohio, and fired a nail gun at law enforcement personnel. The man then held up an AR-15 style rifle before fleeing in a vehicle, we were told, and then a pursuit occurred on Highway 71. The suspect then got out of the car, and there is a standoff. The FBI Cincinnati field office confirmed in a statement that an armed subject had attempted to breach their visitor screening facility. They said that they activated an alarm and then armed special agents responded, and that the subject fled northbound on Interstate 71. The Clinton County Emergency Management Agency said recently in a Facebook post that the suspect has not yet been taken into custody but is contained. They said he's wearing a gray shirt and body armor and is armed. And Chris, obviously this comes amid a big uptick in threats against FBI personnel and facilities in the wake of this search of Mar-a-Lago, the former president's compound. We do not know if there's any connection. We don't know the motive or the identity of this suspect at the moment, Chris.
Yeah, you're right. This does come just a day after FBI Director Chris Wray reacted to all the threats that were being made online against his agents. Let me play a little bit of that.
Any threats made against law enforcement, including the men and women of the FBI, as with any law enforcement agency, are deplorable and dangerous. Violence against law enforcement is not the answer, no matter what anybody's upset about or who they're upset with.
Obviously, we want to make very clear, Ken, we don't know if these things are connected. But what can you tell us about the threats facing the FBI in the days since that search at Mar-a-Lago? We know there has been a lot of online activity.
That's right, Chris. I spoke to a former DHS and FBI official named Brian Murphy, who is now with an open source intelligence firm. And his firm is tracking what he said was a huge increase in threats over the past few days, specific credible threats of violence against FBI personnel and FBI field offices. He said he had never seen anything like this in his career as an intelligence analyst. He said his company had passed this information on to the FBI. It's just a really troubling and unusual situation. The FBI is normally an agency held in high regard. Polls would show you across the nation. Folks have not seen this level of threats before, Chris.